What's up, everybody? I want to do a quick video series, my review of the Online Trading Academy. If you've ever thought about stocks, bonds, you want to get into day trading, controlling your own 401k, keeping all the benefits without paying any of the fees because you're doing it yourself. This class or this academy says they can teach you how to do that. If you've heard about them on the radio, it seems they bought every other commercial space. You'll hear a commercial, you'll hear theirs, one more, then you'll hear theirs again. They say they can train you with a degree of accuracy to trade with the banks. So I tried looking this up online. There is nothing about it. Nothing. There's people from 2010, 2012 were the only reviews I could find, and it was just of the Saturday workshop. You go in for a Saturday workshop, and they tell you about it, and then you sign up and you come in later, which I fully went in thinking scam. They're gonna hard sell us. They're gonna try to sell us somehow. I went with a buddy, told him every trick in the book. It's not the first time I've been to one of these. So again, looking up online, I found a couple people from 2010, 2012. They said they paid $300 to go to the Saturday workshop. Mine was free. So they were upset. They're pretty mad. They said it's a scam. Don't pay the $300 to go. The class is $50,000. So mine was free, and the class total was $5,000. So there was nothing online about whatever I'm taking. Whatever they were taking is a different area. I don't know what they're doing out there. I found one investor. He says the class is good. It wasn't his style, which they do say on the radio commercial that they're different from everyone else. It wasn't his style, but they've had a lot of successful students. But there's other classes that teach you the same stuff for $5,000 to $6,000. So I figured I'm not really out anything. I'll learn something. People are obviously going for a reason. They're learning something. So I either just wasted $10,000 on a class and funding an account, or I take something out of it and I'm a millionaire. Again, I want to do a video. My game plan is to do one every day. It's a week-long class, this first class. Week-long, and this is the core strategy. Kind of go over the umbrella of it all, reading charts. Like the commercial says, they teach you to read the charts with a degree of accuracy to trade with the banks, not against them. This is a profession that 95% of the people fail doing. They're called retail investors. It's just they don't know what they're doing. And like this commercial says, it's the making money. I forget the exact quote. It's the successful transfer from the uneducated to the person that is educated, which is why 95% of them fail and the other 5% don't. Goldman and Sachs, when they hire their traders, they pay their employees, they get educated, and then they go trade and make them money. That's what they say so far. I don't know if banks are still using traders. I know a lot of them are using algorithms. They're using just computer-based stuff. The computer's doing all the work. There's literally nothing. So I don't know how many actual traders are in the bank. I'm pretty basic when it comes to this. My stock knowledge itself. I downloaded a free app called Robinhood. I'll put the link in the description if you wanted to get into stocks. But you can buy and sell in there. It's an app-based company. There's no commission fees, and so you can kind of get in there and toy with the market. There is simulated trading. There's game trading, but I already know that real money and fake money is completely different. On a simulated trade, you'll make moves you'll never make with real money. So I got the Robinhood app. You just put $100 in there and see how quickly you can turn it into 200. If your account jumps 3% that day, it's only $3. Doesn't seem like much, but if you can consistently do that, then you put more money into it. So that's where I'm coming from. So when I went into the Saturday class, I'd already done most of that. I know a lot of the emotional mistakes people make. I've made a few of them, so I got to learn. I got to know a little about that. When I went into the Saturday class, I didn't really learn much, but everything they were talking about wasn't exaggerated. It was true. There was no hard closing, no sale, no nothing. They even told us that in the beginning. Don't worry, we're not gonna sell you. We're not gonna force you to do anything. This is not a timeshare meeting, if you've ever been to one of those. Uh, I I ended up signing up for the class. I feel like I probably owed them for how much Coke I drank. The facility was super nice. There was a huge fridge. There was just it was just a lot of Coke in there, and it was just staring at you. And I drank a lot of it, way more than I should have, or probably ever have in my entire life. So I probably owed them anyway. Super nice, knowledgeable. They didn't lie. They didn't exaggerate. They didn't stretch any truths to try to make it sound better. They go on about this 4 trades a day, and they say for every 5,000 you have in your account, you'll average $200. It's because you're setting your stop loss at 1%, so at max you're losing $50, but you're taking trades that offer a 4% at least, so that's $200. That was the one thing. The math wasn't working out. If you do 4 trades a day, win 2, lose 2, you'll lose $25 and you'll make 100 on the other. So your 4% they went hard with this 4 trades a day. You end up only making $75 for every 5,000 you have in the account. So those are more questions I'm going to ask. Again, I've only taken a Saturday workshop. This next week, I'm going to do a video for hopefully every class. Maybe not, depends on what we go over. I'm going to go over everything we went over that day. Not so you can copy what I say or take this as any financial advice. This is just a review on the class. And if it's true to its word that you hear on the radio, I've seen it radio, online, people talk about it. No one I know has ever been. I couldn't find anyone that's ever been. I even reached out to the teacher on Facebook, and she said there's reviews online if you go to their website, which I don't know anybody that actually believes those. I don't know. I would just assume they're all paid, so I didn't take that for anything. So I asked the employees there, if this is so good, why do you guys have jobs? He said, honestly, because they're just bored. They don't want to sit around all day. So they make their money. They set up their trades, and then they go to work. That's a problem I would like to have. I'm just bored. That's the only reason I have a job. That'd be cool. So, again, I'll try to upload a video every day over what we went over, and then you can make a decision if that's something you want to do or not. So right now, I'm in at nothing. They catered breakfast and lunch, and I got a whole bunch of free drinks. So the class was 5,000. Another thing they said, they use these school terms. Join our school. There's a grant. There's student loans. They use a lot of school terms like it's an actual school. It's not. I can tell you that. But anyway, I went for the class. It's $6,900. At the end of the Saturday, the Saturday day you go, there's a test at the end. Each question's worth a certain dollar amount, up to $2,000. So if you just pay attention, you get the $2,000 off. So that's why the class is only $4,900. So a buddy went. He said he didn't have enough to. You have to fund the account to trade, and you have to pay for the class. So he didn't have enough to do both. They said that everyone there's automatically approved for a student loan. So his terms were, we've never had anybody not pay us back, so every student loan is accepted. That's how good this program is. So he signed up, and his credit sucks, and he got approved. I guess he was already approved. He even said, you're going to get a letter in the mail that says you were not qualified. He says, don't worry about that. You're already approved. So I assume it's some in-house financing. In my experience, they're showing the same slideshows. So if they in-house finance a guy, he makes the first 6 payments and quits, they still made money from everyone else that paid. So I assume that's probably what it is. So hopefully each day we learn more, and I can show you more, and we can figure this out. And at the very least, there is an up-to-date review on the class, unless there's a gag order that I don't know about, and that was in the agreement. In that case, I'm going to call it something else, and it's just going to rhyme with it, and we're still going to have a review. So if I'm talking about a class that's not the Online Trading Academy, but kind of sounds like it, you know why.